Howdy mates, how are we all doing? Good evening. Here's a part 3 video, I believe, over at the Petit State Park. Just a moment ago, we actually had sunset that occurred. I'm at a spot that is called Stout's Point, which is basically named after a fellow naturalist that explored through here back in the 1700s. Because that was some of the first recorded European explorers who came through here. And a lot of them were actually French, as a matter of fact. Because you figure this was in the earlier 1700s, so the French during that time frame were also really exploring the New World at the time. Now, you may be wondering, how does this place really get its name? Petit. Well, it's actually an old legend. Petit was actually a name of a woman, a young woman. And her lover was by the name of Chavet. So they were both French. Now, Chavet was on a contract to explore some of the new territory, going up the Mississippi River and then eventually into Arkansas. Now, since he was going to leave France and come to the New World, Petit loved him so much that she wanted to be part of it too. She practically begged him, but she wasn't allowed since she was practically a woman. Now, what she did instead was she actually disguised as a young boy. She cut her hair and everything. And she still actually went on the same passage as Chavet. However, though, among their journey out here, she unfortunately got ill. And the crew came to later discover that the boy was actually a girl. And so, due to her illness catching up to her very highly, she actually wanted to be buried here. And as a matter of fact, she actually has a gravesite that is located here, just a little bit to the back. So, apparently, that is where she's buried. And it is often believed that her spirit still comes through this park, because this was her final resting area. So that's really how the place gets its name of Petit. Now, aside from that, the Trail of Tears, back in the 1800s, they also came through here. And as I almost forgot to mention, you can see the river valley beneath me. This is the Arkansas River, and it's a large river. It's very wide, as you can see. And it's actually very mucky right now. And that's just because of recent rain that has occurred. But with that being said, back in the 1700s, the Arkansas River was a major source of transportation back then. And considering the natural river back in the day, before, dams and locks, that river was actually a lot more dangerous to traverse. Whereas nowadays, it's a lot safer because, of course, there are dams and even locks. So basically, the difference, well, they both have a very similar function, which is to basically control the discharge of the water. In other words, they control how much water passes through in a given part of the channel. So that way it makes it that much easier to navigate. But just look at that. She is a beaut, I gotta say. I've really missed Arkansas. Oh yeah. Nothing like Florida. Not even close. It's alright, you guys. I think this is a good wrap-up point. Don't want to make this video too long since I gotta get back to my campsite. Yeah, we are camping, by the way, which is dope. So, alright, take care, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and going into your week. And enduring on a journey is outwards. Take care, folks. See ya.